worked up a frenzy about his security in New York. As Harry's big PR gamble over all this spectacularly backfired. A Christian school teacher is struck off reportedly for misgendering a trans pupil in the first case of its kind in the UK. He joins me live. Plus, the Village People are threatening to sue Donald Trump for using their legendary anthem YMCA. Yes, young man.
What the hell?
Live from the News Building in London, this is Piers Morgan Uncensored.
Boring. Well, good evening, London. Welcome to Piers Morgan Uncensored. I was going to start tonight's show with a little monologue about Prince Harry whining again.
Okay.
Being in court again, moaning about security again. The usual stuff. It's not uninteresting. He lost a big case today. In his ongoing battle with the British government over his right to have proper royal protection whenever he's in the United Kingdom. And he wants us, the British taxpayer, to pay for him. Or if that's not the case, he wants the right to pay for it himself.
What?
Well, that right today has been rejected. And we're going to come to that debate in a moment. But I can't get out of my head something I watched earlier. I just can't. I'm trying to. But it's lurking in my membranes.
Okay.
Like a large lizard. Because I can't quite believe what I heard. This is Sir Ed Davies. He's a Knight of the Realm in the United Kingdom. He's had the tap on the shoulder from whoever it was, the Queen or William or Charles or somebody.
What do you mean by that?
For his services to this country. Because he's supposedly an intelligent man. And yet, this morning with Nick Ferrari on LBC Radio, he was asked that whole question, what's a woman? What do they look like? And this is what he said.
Think about it and debate it with a bit more maturity and a bit more compassion.
Well, that's what Sir Keir Starmer once said to me, and he never did answer the question, can a woman have a penis?
Well, I've just answered that question.
They can.
Listen, I've made it really clear that if people, the vast majority of people will have the same gender as their biological sex, but a small number won't.
That doesn't make sense.
So a woman can have a penis?
Well, quite clearly.
What? Sorry? What do you mean? Quite clearly. Sir Ed, what are you talking about? Quite clearly, women can have penises. What are you talking about? You are the leader of a major national political party in this country. You've already seen the First Minister of Scotland lose her job for being unable to defend women's rights, for thinking it's fine for a male rapist to be put in a women's prison. She had to go. Fact. We've seen Sir Keir Starmer wriggling around. I mean, let's watch a bit of Keir Starmer trying to explain what a woman is.
For 99.9% of women, everything is a matter of biology. For 99.9 something percent of women, it's all biological. What? What the? And it's very straightforward. And let me be clear, for the vast majority of women, this is all about biology, and of course they don't have a penis. We all know that. I don't think we can conduct this debate with, you know...
Sorry, have I offended you in some?
No.
Stop it. Get some help.
No, it's just... I just...
A woman can have a penis?
I don't think that discussing this issue in this way helps.
Is he all right upstairs?
That's Sir Keir Starmer, another Knight of the Realm. Knighted because he's a smart lawyer, intelligent man, also failing to explain simply what a woman is, which, of course, is just an adult human female. It's not a trick question. This never used to be a controversial thing. And yet he can't answer. And now Sir Ed Davey has taken it to a new level altogether. Let's just replay what Ed Davey said again, just to really try and comprehend exactly what he's saying.
And I think we need to manage this and think about it and debate it with a bit more maturity and a bit more compassion.
Well, Well, that's what Sir Keir Starmer once said to me, and he never did answer the question, can a woman have a penis?
Well, I've just answered that question.
They can.
Listen, I've made it really clear that if people, the vast majority of people will have the same gender as their biological sex, but a small number won't.
What do you mean by that?
So a woman can have a penis?
Well, quite clearly.
It's unbelievable, isn't it? Isn't it?
Appointment is immeasurable.
Or have I gone mad? It's unbelievable that in 2023, this is now something that political leaders are saying, that women can have penises. They can't. Just a biological fact. It's not transphobic. It's not about trans rights. I absolutely believe that trans people should have rights to fairness and equality, like everybody else in life.
Okay.
Regardless of anything else. But you cannot deny biological scientific fact. And when 2 of the 3 major political parties in this country are run by men who are denying biological fact with these public statements, what does that say to women in this country? Who's defending their rights? Who is explaining what a woman is? Who's standing up for women? Who is just telling the country what a woman is? It's unbelievable. Anyway, rant over, but I have had that clip in my head all day and I can't get it out of my head. Thank God, Rishi Sunak, the Prime Minister, when I asked him that question at number 10 Downing Street, just simply replied, it's an adult human female. That's all that needs to be said.
That doesn't make sense.
Like a man is an adult human male. And trans people are trans people. And everyone should get respected. But you can't deny biological fact. Fact. Right. Let's get that off my chest. Let's turn to Prince Harry, who last time I checked is identifying as a very irritating adult human male.
Why? Why?
I'm joined now by the author and historian Dr. Tessa Dunlop, former Chief Superintendent of the Metropolitan Police, Dal Babu, and Talk TV's royal editor Sarah Houston. Right, Sarah, just bring us up to speed, because Harry's involved in about 1,000 legal actions at the moment against the world. What is the thing that happened today and why is it significant?
Wait for it.
Today, a judge decided that...
You are identifying as a woman, are you?
I am indeed. Harry couldn't have a judicial review on his request to pay for his own security when he comes to the UK. So when he was still a member of the royal family, working member of the royal family, he was entitled to 24/7 police protection.
Nice.
Paid for by the taxpayer. When he stepped down in 2020, he lost that automatic right. He's got another legal challenge, which is about the decision to remove that automatic right. This in particular was about him wanting to pay for it. He made the offer that he would fund it. The Metropolitan Police said, we're not guns for hire. The Home Office said it would be inappropriate. And today, the judge has decided that it isn't right. It would set a wrong precedent because effectively you could have all kinds of wealthy people coming into the UK saying, well, we want to hire Metropolitan Police officers to protect us.
But he could still win the review about the basic principle of whether he should be allowed royal protection when he's here.
Yes, and that review looks at the way in which the decision was made and the fact that he wasn't part of that decision. So it's not over yet, and actually he could still appeal against this part of it. But for now, he can't take it further. He does still have... We don't have a date set for the other wider case about him losing his security. It's about automatic security as well, because actually it will be judged on a case-by-case basis. So when he was back for the coronation, he was part of the security bubble. He was protected because he was attending a royal engagement. This is about when he comes back with his family.
Right. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
Right. Dal, you've been a senior police officer in this country. As a British taxpayer, regardless of my personal feelings about Harry and everything else, just as a British taxpayer, why should I be paying, just on principle, for someone who's quit the royal family, quit royal duty, gone off to America, now makes hundreds of millions of dollars, normally by trashing his family, whatever, you can take a view either way on whether you agree with that. It's not really relevant. But why should somebody who's made that conscious decision to exit both the country and the royal family and royal duty, why should they get such a perk when they come back here of being protected by our Royal Protection Squad?
That was easy.
Well, I think that's a legitimate challenge, and I think that's what a lot of people are asking.
What do you think?
Well, I don't think he should be entitled to that, because I think he's not a working royal. If you're a working royal, no matter where you are in the pecking order, then you have that right to be protected.
Okay.
He's essentially, it's a commercial enterprise now with Prince Harry.
He's a celebrity.
Yeah, so he'll come along and he'll want that, all the resources there. We don't actually know how much policing the royal family costs. So essentially, he's unaware of what that cost would be. So in terms of the process now, he will, if there is a legitimate target placed on him, if there's any intelligence placed on him, he will be, like everybody else, have police protection.
Right.
Specifically for that. But I think what he's asking for is general protection 24/7, which he's been used to all his life. I think he's now finding it extremely difficult to realise that working as a celebrity, working on a commercial basis, then the world is totally different.
Tessa, why? Why should we be paying for him to have unfettered access to one of the top protection squads in the country?
I'm going to explain to you in a sec why I think we need to flip that question around.
Okay.
But just to answer initially the point, or rather pose another question, is once a prince, always a prince. And I think what's interesting about Harry's case is the naivety, the presumption that everything that was around him, he wore like a second skin. If you have 24-hour security from the day that you're born, you probably don't actually realise where the line is. Fact. What's being royal and what's just being a regular bloke, celebrity or not. And I think it's been hard for him to shed that prince skin. He never will. It's one of the reasons why he's a global celebrity.
So that was a f***ing lie.
But, Piers, the good news is, and it's somewhere to turn your attention in the future, if Harry isn't deemed to be a sufficient risk to need this protection, and we, the public, have shed that royal skin for him, then I would counter, why don't we start examining the bloated security bill that so many of the royal family guzzle? And incidentally, we don't know how much that cost is. It's higher than the sovereign grant, they think, because whenever people put in an information FOIO in it, they don't get a response.
So you would take away protection... Oh, hang on. For working royals.
What do you mean by that?
Protection... Oh, hang on. For working royals who are day by day doing their duty for the country, and in return they get protection because there are lots of people out there that may want to harm them. They're targets, right? We know that they've been attacked before, right? You would take all that away.
No, you're putting words in my mouth.
Well, what would you do?
Some of the lesser royals don't require...
Which of the working royals would you take it away from?
Well, for instance, I mean, did you get hot under the collar, as you have just done now on gender and Harry, about Eugenie in 2009 having a security brief involving...
They don't have security now.
...involving two policemen who went with her on her gap year to Cambodia?